People, deluded, I'm back again. Now, Alex Iwobi and Arsenal has no relevance. He's nothing to us now, and we're nothing to him in the sense of, don't get it twisted. He's grown up an Arsenal lad, and we've seen him come through. There's always that love. Both parties want to see each other doing well. It's all love. There'll always be that. It will always be there. It's irrelevant because he no longer plays for Arsenal, and his struggles are irrelevant to Arsenal. But if you watch the Premier League, you're interested in everything that's going in the Premier League, whether it's transfers, Sancho, now Bell's returning home, whether it's, Everton, Carlo Ancelotti, any player would die to play for that man, the CV speaks for itself, Everton to a degree are punching with a manager of that class, regardless of what people say. Everton need to show their fan side, and based on the last game, they won opening day, they won against Spurs, it's a long way to go, there's 38 games, but they've brought in some good players, a fit James Rodriguez might cause some crime scenes in this league. Doucouré and Allen, convincing performances, Calvert-Lewin started off where he left off last season, powerful header. Richarlison, for me, Richarlison's got everything. If his decision making just went up a bit that level, ironically, he showed that way. He should have squared it for Calvert-Lewin. With all due respect to Everton, he wouldn't be there because he must be a manager's dream. He never stops running. He's got a decent amount of tricks. He can score goals. He's a physical handful. He wouldn't be there. I could see why Barca wanted him. He's almost an unpolished sort of diamond. I really fuck with Richarlison a lot, man. Pardon my language. It's exciting times for Everton. They're signing some big players. They've got a big manager. It is what it is. There's still a lot of work to be done. There's still question marks. Now, Iwobi seems to be frozen out. Now, again, Evertonians will tell you their thing. I don't know their thing enough. I don't know all the micro problems and all these things that's going on. But from what I can see as an outsider looking in, Iwobi isn't. First and foremost, it's sad because, Carlo's entitled to do what he wants. But certain players like Iwobi who were crap last season are getting opportunities, and it doesn't seem like Iwobi's getting any. Apparently, Iwobi isn't injured, and it's purely tactical. Now, he wasn't in the match they scored against Spurs. He wasn't in there against Salford. Now, against Salford, now he might have a future, but that tells me all you need to know in that. Carlos told you not part of my plans. He's made 10, 11 changes in that game as well, and you're not on the bench. He said, you feel, you sort of man, there's no use for you here, sort of thing. You're allowed to move. And I think for Iwobi, it's a new low. Now, again, it's how you respond to times in adversity. Iwobi's been here before. He came through the academy almost wanting to get released. Almost being released by people. It took him 18 years of age to sign a pro deal. He's responded to adversity and things not being handed to him before, so I have no doubt he's going to have a good career. He needs to leave, man. Something tells me go Palace, go play with Eze and Zaha. Something tells me if I'm Everton, offer money and it won't be for Zaha, really. People will probably flirt between the romantic Arsenal fans between bringing him back. There's no positive contribution Iwobi can give to Arsenal if you want to be top four. His numbers are mediocre. But he needs to go somewhere where he can feel loved and whatnot. And I feel there's a lot of reasons for Iwobi's problems. I feel the ultimate one is productivity, goals and assists. Now, there are some players, Iniesta didn't have the best record with goals, but that's Iniesta. I'm not saying Iwobi's that level. In the roles Iwobi's going to play, whether you're going to play creative mid, whether you're going to play on the left or the right, you need to get goals and assists. And his numbers are mediocre. For Arsenal, in 149 appearances, he scored 15 goals, got 27 assists. In the Premier League in total, he's got 12 goals and 19 assists in 125 games. For Everton, in the 29 appearances he's made, he's bagged 2 goals. So again, that's not enough for their 30 million. And for all the problems Arsenal have had in the transfer market and the way we've not spent correctly, Arsenal that was a decent offer from Arsenal. They overpaid for him. It looks like Iwobi has to move on, and the writing's on the wall, and it's sad to see, man. But ultimately, I feel it's what is your position? There was talk of Arsenal he could turn into a central midfielder, because I wouldn't say he's powerful, but he can hold on to a ball, he can roll with a ball, he can hold on to it. He can link up play. It's just not of that level of a team that wants to be serious. Admittedly, it's deep, because I thought Iwobi could at least control a role in the squad, but Carlo must really not rate him, and it remains to be seen if they can recoup the money they spent for him in this market. It remains to be seen what happens. He could get a chance later in the season. He could go out on loan and shine somewhere. Do your thing, man. Whether that's go and get a move with Iwobi, man. It looks like his confidence is shot as well whenever I watch him. But big up Carlo, man, because he's building a good team with the players he's brought in, plus the likes of Calvert-Lewin, Richarlison, Digne. There's some decent little players there at Everton. So I feel sorry for Iwobi, but it is what it is, man. Football's a harsh world. It is what it is. On that note, though, people, DG.